Yeah, so like Jing mentioned, we're starting to think about going to a 3-panel design in a lot of our user interfaces, including the dashboard and the virtual me. So you could probably tell on the dashboard, which if I can pull that up really quickly, we do actually have 3 panels right now. The left one would be panel number 1, which is kind of like your navigation panel. Middle panel is panel number 2, which is kind of the content panel. And then panel number 3 is here on the right, which is the detail panel. It gives you more details about whatever you're viewing here in the middle. And that idea is we're starting to kind of work that into our designs as well. So here you can see a group VirtualMe chat, which would be the Stellate GraphQL chat. Here on the left, we have the panel number 1, which is the navigation panel, which would be kind of like viewing your other previous chats. I think, yeah, this might be a better one to show first. So you can see if you hover over this panel, it would expand and show some of the virtual me's you've interacted with recently. So maybe today I interacted with this guy. Yesterday I talked with the Stellate GraphQL virtual me as well as some of these other ones. So these are the first 2 panels. Obviously, everybody's seen the virtual me panel here in the middle that we have right now. And then the third panel would be the detail view panel. So when I click on one of the references in a response, this panel over here on the right would open up and show the story tiles that correlate with the sentence that you click. So, right now you click one in a response and it opens up the story tile in a new tab with a completely separate chat. And it feels like a completely, a pretty overwhelming experience for our users. So working this 3-panel design into our user interfaces will make it a lot easier for users. And this is kind of what we see it looking like for the virtual me's. So like I said, you would click a reference here, you would see the original story tiles that correlate to that sentence in the response. And then within each story tile, we're doing the highlighting feature. So this sentence within the original story tile is what from the original content makes up the response that you see in the virtual me's response here in panel number 2. So really it just would give the user a better idea of what documents that this response is coming from, and that way they can verify that the virtual me isn't just making stuff up, it's actually coming from a document that was uploaded. Within each tile here, you'd be able to click the story tile, like this full panel or this full card, I guess you would say, to go to the story tile page in a separate tab. We're also only focusing on the sentence that correlates to the response, but there's a chance that the story tile, like the original content, would have a ton more sentences. So we're only showing, like I said, the one that correlates to the response, the sentence above, the sentence below, and then we have these arrows where you'd be able to expand and collapse the other content in the original content for that tile. You'll also be able to copy the original content sentence by clicking the copy button here, and then clicking the share button would copy the link to this tile so you could share it out to whoever you wanted. But yeah, that's what we're thinking about as the 3-panel design. Like I said, we're working it into the dashboard and then into the virtual me's as well. Any questions or